What's up YouTube, Zero here. Welcome to the place where gamers, witches, wizards, and superheroes unite. Today, I'm going to be doing an amazing Krig 6 build in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. So first, let's talk about what I have on this gun. I have the Krig 6, the Diamatti, I have the Stim Shot, Semtex, and Trophy. Then I have Perk Greed, which gives me the 6 perks, Flak Jacket, Tactical Mask, Assassin, Quartermaster, Ninja, and Ghost. Now, I'm going to go into the attachments I have on my Krig 6, and I have the Microflex LED. I hate the sight on the Krig, so I think it's almost important to have a sight. I have the 19.7 Ranger, which gives me increased bullet velocity at a cost of aim walking movement speed. Then we're going to go down to the underbarrel with the Field Agent Grip, which gives me a big bonus in help to that recoil control at a cost of shooting move speed. Then I have the SASR Jungle Grip, which helps me out with the flinch resistance and aim down sight time at a cost of sprint to fire time. And then finally, I have a stock, the SAS Combat Stock, which helps me out with that shooting move speed, aim walking move speed at a cost of hip fire accuracy. So now that we've gone over the setup, let's get into some gameplay and talk more about this setup and what I love about it. So as we are getting into the gameplay, I do want to say that if you do enjoy this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, the red button down there, completely free, I promise you, to my channel for more Call of Duty content. I do a bunch of other video games, so check those videos out as well. So let's talk about the setup and what I love about this setup in general. Let's talk about the attachments first, then I'll get into the perks. So first, again, the sight. That's pretty obvious. The iron sight on the Krig is not great. Takes up a lot of the screen and is just very hard to see out of. So the Microflex LED, very clear, doesn't take up a lot of the screen. If you want a little bit longer of a sight, you could do that as well. I recommend using the sight that you prefer, whichever gets it done for you, but this allows me to see over clearly a little bit longer of ranges, but really just takes that god-awful iron sight off the screen from me for the Krig 6. So let's talk about the barrel, the Ranger, which is going to increase my bullet velocity at a decrease of aim walking move speed. Bullet velocity can be extremely important over longer distances. The Krig 6 is a longer distance assault rifle. It's probably the longest assault rifle. I'm not including tactical rifles, just talking about assault rifles. In this game, I think it's probably the longest assault rifle right now. Call of Duty can always come out and add more assault rifles, so you never know. But it's definitely one that you want to be using over those ranges. Can it do okay at some of the closer ranges? Absolutely, depending on your setup. But this is more of that longer range, let me look down those lanes and fire type of guns. And the Ranger with the bullet velocity increase is going to help me do that. Now, bullet velocity, what that does is the bullets are traveling faster over those longer distances. When you're in close quarter combat, bullet velocity is not going to matter, but when you're over those longer distances, the bullets are going to be traveling faster, so they're able to hit your target while your target is moving a little bit easier. The aim walking move speed, we kind of compensate for that decrease on that barrel by using the SAS Combat Stock. The SAS Combat Stock is giving me that increase back to the aim walking move speed. And the reason why I like doing that is so I can walk and move quicker. Sometimes if I am trying to just creep up a lane, if I want to try and capture a zone, if I'm trying to creep up, I like the aim walking move speed so I can maneuver that gun a little bit quicker. So I do combat the minus on the Ranger barrel with the SAS Combat Stock, and I also get the shooting move speed up on that SAS Combat Stock as well. Since this isn't as close of a range gun, the hip fire accuracy decrease on that Combat Stock doesn't hurt me too much. Every once in a while, you will see me try and hip fire And sometimes, like right there, it does cost me that I do not have that increased hipfire. However, this isn't meant to be that close range type of gun. It's meant to be more medium to longer range combat. There are ways to make this gun better at closer ranges, but that's not what this setup is. I'm trying to fight over those longer ranges, so I don't need that hip fire. Now the SASR Jungle Grip, that's going to help me with my aim down sight time and my flinch resistance. So the aim down sight time, when I see an enemy, I can pull my gun up quicker and start shooting, hopefully before the enemy can get the drop on me. So that's always nice. Doesn't matter if you're closer range or longer range. It's always nice to be able to get that sight up as quickly as possible. Talk to the quick scoping snipers about that. It doesn't matter what range you're at. You gotta get that gun up as quickly as possible so you can start shooting at your enemy before they get the drop on you. Then the flinch resistance, of course, when you're being shot at, you don't want the gun to move, so that's always nice as well. Don't want my gun bouncing up and down. There were a few Call of Duties ago, this one isn't as bad, where the flinch resistance was just god-awful. You got flinched so much when you got shot. It was like you could not get a kill if you were shot first, and they ended up fixing that, but it was just awful. And then sprint to fire time, again, if you're sprinting around, that's going to be a little bit slower, but you're really trying to hold lanes with it. You're trying to be a little bit longer of a combat scenario with the Krig, so you're not going to be running around too much. This is really meant for either holding lanes on some of the faster paced game modes such as hardpoint. You're going to allow the submachine guns to kind of hold the point while you're holding the lanes. And on the slower paced game modes like Team Deathmatch, you're not going to be running around the map. You're going to be taking it slow, methodically, kind of predicting where the enemy is coming from, seeing where you can get those kills, being a little bit slower about it, trying to get the drop on the submachine gun players before they're able to rush you. And then the underbarrel, the field agent grip, I think that really speaks for itself. You get the help with the recoil control, both vertical and horizontal, so it makes you shoot more accurately. That's extremely important, especially again over those longer ranges where you have a smaller target to hit. You want the best recoil control possible so you can fire beams. Do I fire beams all the time? Absolutely not, but I try my best with getting that help with that recoil control. And even though the shooting move speed is taken away on the field agent grip, again, we get a little bit of that increase back on that combat stock. So I am really, the majority of this is just decreasing that hip fire accuracy. That's the only thing that's really going to hurt you every once in a while. It hurt me in this game. Of course, I'm playing on Nuketown, one of the smaller maps, the smallest map in Call of Duty. But the hip fire, if you're playing on normal maps, it won't hurt you too much. And if you do know that an enemy is coming towards you, just pull out your secondary. I have the Diamatti in this gameplay. However, the 1911 is probably a better choice. It's a very good secondary right now. I've just been trying to grind out on both of the guns or all of the handguns to see which ones I like the best. And I just ended up using the Diamatti in this clip. So the perks. Why do I have the perks equipped that I do? Why do I have the trophy, etc.? I like the Semtex. I just like the Semtex over the frag. I've been getting so many stuck enemies. It's awesome. It's really fun. Enemies can't throw it back. That's one of the reasons why I like the Semtex. Stim is pretty obvious. You can heal yourself up, get yourself back into that combat scenario a little bit quicker. The trophy system is pretty important. Being the AR, you want to be able to kind of throw the trophy system onto those zones. If you do want to help capture the zone, or if your submachine guns are capturing the zone, you want to just protect yourself from all of those frags and semtex that could be thrown in, or tactical stuff. So when you don't have the trophy system, obviously flak jacket and tac mask are going to be able to help you out, protect you from some of those lethals and non-lethals that are going to be thrown at you. Those are pretty important, so you don't have to kind of hide while the enemy is rushing you. That's going to be their main way to rush you, is why we're counteracting them with the stim, tack, and flak, is because they're going to try and rush you, and they can't if you have those things, or you're going to be able to get the drop on them if you have those things. And Quartermaster just helps you re-up on your Semtex or Grenade, whatever you choose. Assassin's gonna help you get your score streaks quicker. It's an awesome perk. I recommend using it. So definitely use Assassin. And then the last two are pretty self-explanatory. Ghost and Ninja. Ninja, I want to be able to sneak up on people. Ghost, I don't want people to see me on the mini-map. So thank you again for tuning in, and until next time, peace.